Red Bull and Aston Martin have agreed to F1 cost cap breach deals with FIA. Red Bull Racing has concluded its cost cap deal with the FIA and the outcome is expected to be made public on Friday. The team has reached an accepted breach agreement, which in essence confirms that it acknowledges any wrongdoing and accepts any sanctions. Aston Martin has also agreed on an accepted breach agreement for its less serious procedural breach, and details of that are also set to be revealed on Friday. The FIA will explain the areas that are in dispute for both teams as well as the penalties. What punishment do you think is best? Comment below. Red Bull boss Christian Horner talked extensively with FIA President Mohammed bin Sulayem over the US GP weekend, although technically any such conversations fell outside the official legal process. Negotiations were put on hold after the death of Red Bull co-founder, Dietrich Mateschitz, but were concluded this week. Red Bull has been guilty of both a procedural breach and a minor overspend, which is believed to be in the region of $1.8 million. The team is understood to be receiving both a financial and sporting penalty. It is understood that the latter will involve a reduction in aero testing heading into 2023. As Constructors' Champion, the team will already have less wind tunnel time and CFD usage than any of its rivals under the aero testing restriction regulations. For Red Bull, the matters that were under debate are believed to include catering at the factory and feeding employees who were not under the cap, sick pay and redundancy issues, and how to deal with leftover spare parts at the end of the 2021 season, and their allocation to the Heritage Department. Aston Martin was found guilty of a procedural breach, that is understood to relate to a UK-specific tax issue, that was interpreted differently by the team and the FIA. The penalty is expected to be solely financial, as was the case for Williams when it was deemed to have committed a procedural breach by submitting documents after the deadline earlier this year. I think it's complex. It's a complex set of regulations, team boss Mike Crack noted in Austin last weekend. And it is not frustrating, it shows us that we have to do a better job in the future, that we are not having such issues. But at the end of the day, I think probably the most important thing is that we were under the cap. And the rest is procedural.